My name is Akio Sakido.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Leo Bliss.
My name is Akava, go by the name Baba D.
And you're tuned into Rapid TV. And I love Rapid TV.
Shout out
Rapid TV.
Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is Rapid TV.
Rapid TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it left down.
Leave it like that.
Chineke ukwu ọ bụghị kere elu ka ala anyị na-atụrụ gị mma mma lekwe ndị bịara nga m ugbu a ọ bụ ndị nshi na Rapid telivishọn ha bịara ka mụ na ụlọ abụ mkparịta ụka ka mụ na ụlọ abụ mkpa ife gbasara omenala mụdachi Chineke ukwu o jiri bịa bịala ejiwala nna m chi ọ bịara nga m abịagbule m ya nga ịla mkpukpu apụla ya n'azụ ọ bụ ọjị na anyị na-eji anabata ọ bụkwa na ọjị na nna anyị njiri lụọ nwaanyị lụọ nne anyị ọ bụkwa na ya na njiri ga-anabata wee ọ bụkwa na ọjị na anyị na-eji anabata ọbịa ya ana machi Chineke ukwu mkpa a bịaruwe ma enyewe ọjị aga wee ta ọjị tata mma anyị ga-eta ọjị tata udo anyị ga-eta ọjị tata ọganihu ọ ga-edoro Abia steeti mma ọ ga-edoro Naijiria mma n'aha nke nna na nke ọkpara na nke mmụọ nsọ amen.
Umuahia, the capital of Abia, the gods on state. My name is Adeze Egwem, and it's a Friday edition. With me here in the studio is my screen partner, Michael.
Very good morning to you, Ada.
Good morning. Thank God it's Friday.
It's a beautiful day for me. It's always a beautiful day. At least it gets to give me the vibe that it's time to take a chill pill and try to calm down a bit. But I saw the way you were, jiggling to that music. My name is Michael, by the way. I haven't forgotten. I caught you while you were jiggling to that particular beautiful music.
I liked it, and in that music video, so I remind you, I saw some of the guests in that party eating nkwobi, and I've not forgotten. You promised me.
Okay. Okay. See,
Yes.
we're going to settle that matter amicably,
Michael.
Because agreement is agreement.
I will drag you.
Okay. Please don't drag me. You know what? Looking at that video, it kind of reminds me a lot about people and the ability for people to kind of rediscover and, would I say, regenerate themselves. She used to be a fantastic actor. She still is, just that she wasn't having much of screen time at some point. And even recently she does more of the mother roles now than she used to while much younger as well. So for some people it could be that, okay, now that you are older, some roles don't fit you anymore, you just quit and maybe retire, and then we don't get to hear from you again. But instead she brings out the music part of her, and she's doing quite well.
Yes, I actually listened to one interview of hers where she said before venturing into acting, she always had this flair for music. She actually escorted one of her friends for a script interview or something. There she was picked, not like she walked to the set to she wasn't actually called. So it's not like she didn't want to do music or wanted to just do movies. Yes, so I think she always had that music thing in her, unlike some of her counterparts who also ventured into music. We have a lot of Nollywood actors and actors.
How much of them did we see?
It's not easy. You have to have passion for these things to move into it. It's not you just wake up from your bed and you hit your leg on stone and you want to make song with it, and that's
this is why I think her case is unique, because she seems to have found her voice. With the voice of the East kind of music that she does. This year alone she's dropped 2 fantastic songs. I'll probably try to see another one before we get out of this morning, but for me, she seems very comfortable in her voice with the music and the type of music she does, and she's very it's beautiful. It's
really
written
enjoy
all
it.
over her.
Yes,
So,
I enjoy her music.
There's something about watching someone do something that is all about them, something that is written all over them. You're not just enjoying the actor they're bringing out, you're enjoying the fact that they comfortably sit into that thing that they're doing.
Yes, and her music videos are always coming out top-notch,
Very
wonderful.
colorful.
I love the concept and everything she uses for her music videos, and I really enjoy her songs. Look at this.
Very, very beautiful. And this kind of makes me remember when we talk about women, especially females who are in the music industry from the Southeast. It's something about them, all right? We don't really get to hear much about females from the Southeast representing the Southeastern vibe. You understand? So, and this is one of the people that actually is bringing that to life, and it makes me feel very good about that. We have Onyeka Onwenu, the likes of Onyeka Onwenu, and then the younger generation. We have Ugochi, who just actually dropped an album a couple of months ago, just this year as well. But back in time, we had Desperate Chicks. I don't know where those people are right now. I have no idea where. Number of collaborations they collaborated with Flavor, the Kumzi, they had a number of, even Mr. Raw as well. So, but I don't know, at some point it was like they were nowhere to be found.
Maybe
and they had a very fantastic, unique
vibe,
that Enugu vibe to it. It's quite beautiful.
Maybe they couldn't keep up with the music industry, and they had to find something else. And I'm not even hearing about them to actually know what they are doing right now. They just disappeared into the radar.
At some point we had Splash as well. Splash was doing fantastic with Igbo raps. Like I would literally enjoy her listening to her rap, because a lot of Igbo lines, and she had a very nice vibe to it. Contrast to that would be someone like Eva, who raps in Igbo, because I love to see females rap very well. You know,
Especially in Igbo.
yeah, but so that's why Splash is very particular. I'm very particular about Splash because she knows how to put Igbo words together and make beautiful lines with them. And but then as well, I just saw a few music from her, a few songs from her, and then I don't know where she is right now. So, but thank God for Ugochi, right? I think that
Is her name Ugochi or
that's
Ugochi?
see, whether it's Ugochi or Ugochi, I have no, I don't want to bother myself with that. But of course, you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
So
I
she's
do.
been quite consistent.
Yeah.
right? She's been quite consistent with dropping in representing the Eastern
Yes.
vibe in her music, and she's doing good. Also embracing the contemporary kind of music, but retaining that Southeastern voice. You know, she has a very unique voice.
She does.
Confession. When I first heard that song way back, I didn't think it was a lady. I
lady.
thought it was a guy. Really, I said, a woman they sing this kind of thing. I mean, that voice is quite unique.
It's unique and she's very good at what she's doing. I love listening to her. I love
Yeah.
joining some of her challenges on social media.
Oh.
And yeah.
So, in the spirit of rediscovering and maybe regenerating yourself, after this play we have on set, what would you like to? What else would you intend to do later?
After this,
Yes, after this, what else would you like to venture into?
I think I would still want to go back to the classroom, Michael.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's actually.
But maybe
that's
probably
something.
at a higher level.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
I still want to.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Don't bother asking me what I want to do later. Anyways, with that, we say welcome once again to Eastern Circle. Of course, we go on a quick break. And on this quick break, you get to see one other interesting release from Jennifer Eliogu from this year as well. But we'll be right back and we'll get into the stories we have for you this morning. First, we take a look at the public ranching bill from Enugu State. Should people rejoice? Or maybe they should just go about their business as usual? And after that, we also take a look at a medical emergency as a measles outbreak begins to ravage some part of Anambra State. We'll bring the report, we'll bring the details of that shortly after the break. Stay put, don't go away.
glad to have you back. The Enugu State House of Assembly has passed the Public Ranch Agency Bill, empowering the government to establish an agency to oversee both government and privately owned ranches. These, according to the lawmakers, will resolve the farmers and herders crisis, boost agricultural output, and enhance security by registering herders and collecting taxes. Nice one.
Nice one, actually, as you said, but sometimes it makes me, I don't know how to put it. Is it that we need years and years to pass for us to actually realize that we need things like this? I mean, is it people we employed to do this, to oversee our affairs, people we put at the helm of our affairs, what are they doing with the time? What are they doing with their heads and thinking out things that would...
Why did they have to take this long for them to come?
Why is it taking this long, all right? And this is something that should be replicated across board, if you ask me.
Definitely.
Because it's no-brainer. Now, Enugu, for instance, has always been a case study. Apart from places like Benue State, like Enugu is another case study of herders, farmers clashing every other time.
Yes.
We've had a series of protests from them. They wanting the herders to get out of their land because it's a serious case of people getting murdered sometimes. And we cannot take this away from people when they say we don't want these people on our land. So these are the kind of things, these are government policies that should allay the fears of the people, to let them know that yes, we can all do this and everyone benefits. But then again, we know how it is with the country. Sometimes it's easier said
than done.
And someone I know will always say, after all said and done,
nothing said will be done.
Nothing said will be done. So we don't want that with the bill. It's a noble, it's a fantastic idea that would benefit the people and benefit the government at large and bring about peace, of course. But then, because take for instance here in Abia State, I think a few days ago, a woman walked up to me because she knows I work here, and she was telling me, complaining to me about what cattle
are doing to
her
and
farmland.
These people are in their farm planting this period.
She showed me, actually. She showed me, and you could see what's going on there. It's people are beginning to farm, and you see people's crops are being destroyed at early stage. And you go out about the street, you see dongs littered on the road, and sometimes you're driving on the roads and you have to park.
You have to wait for the cattle
guys to pass in their group. So it's a menace. This is not what we should see. This beats the town planning, whatever we'll talk about every other time. We shouldn't be seeing cattle moving freely, roaming about on the streets. It doesn't make sense.
Sometimes without the herders.
Exactly. There are times some of them will even go loose from the flock, and then you find them roaming about looking for the others. And people, you see people running around the street because they want to, scamper for safety. All right. So it's crazy. So we want a situation where the government says, because this is, even when the issue of Lock Panther and Coke happened here in Abia, this was one of the things that we talked about. It's one of the things I talked about. Say the government should take responsibility. All right. Say, okay, we want to be responsible, want to be able to
bring these people together,
yes,
and probably have an organization that recognizes every herder with his or her cattle, and they are responsible for whatever they do, so that if something goes wrong, you can actually hold this person responsible and say, this is what your cattle has done, and you're going to pay for it, or you have to find a way to settle with the farmer.
And that, the regulation will require that they have restrictions. They cannot go out of the ranching area to go into people's farmland, go to the village and start constituting nuisance, right? Entering people's farms. So if they are controlled, that means that you're paying taxes, there are consequences for certain actions, that you are not just doing anything that you like. And apart from you knowing that, the government agency is there to enforce this, to make sure that the fear is in you, to know that you cannot do anyhow.
It's not just about making the laws. You should also follow up with required punishment when they go against those laws that you've set.
I'm sure if this is done, the people wouldn't have a problem, because trust me, in every state we have land, we have lands wasting. So if you can find some of these empty lands that are very, very vast and not being used for anything, and then build a ranch and have the people there, have the agency, have the security agency, have everything there to ensure that they are doing the right thing. And they are, because this is it's a big business, of course. It's a big enterprise, so they make a lot of money. So let them pay the taxes, let them regulate their activities, and everyone will be fine at the end of the day.
Exactly, and not just Enugu. I think every state in the south, it's not just the southeast where we have these herders farmers issue. They should be able to implement this bill, not just making it a bill. They should enact it into law and let's
spread it across. Because we are talking about food sufficiency and all of that, but we can't produce a lot of food if we keep having this issue.
Yes.
And of course, we move on straight to what we have next, and it's all the way Anambra State. It's sad. It's a sad situation that measles is ravaging some parts of Anambra State. In fact, I can't even say some part because it's an airborne disease.
It's an airborne disease, and the month of January to May is like the peak season of transmission of that particular airborne disease. So it's expected, if not just in Anambra, it's happening in almost everywhere now. You see children manifesting measles in schools and in their homes. It's not just Anambra State.
It makes me wonder. Sometimes I want to ask myself, how is it that in 2024 and measles is still ravaging places? In fact, even as we speak, I think it was last month or so, somewhere in the north as well, we had about 45 cases of death cases of measles as well, and it makes you wonder. Up until now, we've had several sensitizations. We have the World Health Organization stepping. We have vaccines being thrown in their numbers to, just to make sure that once your child is up to that point of vaccination, I think there are about 2 different vaccinations.
2 different doses,
for this, yeah? So it's something that is very much we should encourage, because if we take vaccination seriously, at least I'm sure we won't be having this type of issue,
the thing is this, the first dose of vaccination, which is administered, I think, from 12 months to 15 months, is the one that most parents actually take more seriously,
right?
Because you have their vaccine booklet that they get after giving birth. You have to go back to the health center or the hospital to get that vaccination. Now, the second dose, which is given at between the ages of 4 to 6, they don't take it serious. But you see these health officials moving from house to house, moving from churches to churches, begging people to take this vaccination, because we don't take our life serious. We don't take things serious until it gets to this. They think it's just having those rashes on the body. There are a lot of complications that could come out from measles, which people don't really know. It is a killer disease. It is. It is, and which we can just prevent by just getting vaccinated. Get the first dose of vaccination and get the second dose of vaccination. If they come to your house, give in your child. There's nothing bad about it. Bring out your child, let him or her get the vaccination. If they don't come to you and you know your child is of age to get the second dose of vaccination, take the child to the hospital, take the child to the health center, let him get that vaccination, and to keep him or her alive. And also hygiene plays a very big role to preventing measles. We have to keep our surroundings clean.
I also think that to a large extent, some of our religious organizations are not helping matters, because some openly converse or preach against vaccination and all of that. They tell you how you're sanctified and nothing is going to come to you and stuff like that. But then, even me as a Christian, I don't think I say anywhere where the Bible condemns medication. So I don't know why because some people, that's actually what happens. They don't want to buy the idea that you need to vaccinate your child
to stay alive or prevent anything.
Diseases that are being transmitted. So that's one. On the other side, our religious organizations should help matters, and beyond that, government agencies should take sensitization more seriously. Take them to the grassroots, because this most times doesn't really happen much around the town, the urban areas where the enlightenment level is high. So we need to take this enlightenment to the sensitization programs, to the local areas, to where people don't really understand these things properly, and they bring it down to
them the way they will understand it.
And then apart from that, you follow it up with the vaccination materials. send those materials
to the
and
rural areas.
Make it very most times, at least I don't think they pay for that now.
It's cheap. It's free of charge, not cheap. It's free of charge. They don't actually pay for it.
So you try to convince them, try to make it in a way that you're not just forcing them to take one. You
tell them the need for them to take that vaccination.
Orientation. The welfare, the Ministry of Welfare and the social welfare and all of that, these are the things they should be taken more seriously. Carry these campaigns to the very grassroots and let the people understand the importance of vaccination.
As they're bringing the sensitization to your doorsteps, please, like I said before, make your children available to get this vaccination to prevent them from not just measles, from these airborne diseases. And Mikey, I think that's much we can take on today's episode of Eastern Circle. We'll take you back to our Abuja studios for the rest of Rapid Dawn while I take my man on fire to go and buy me Nkwobi.
Anyway, so it's a Friday, it's a weekend. Very important that you take some time to unwind, and maybe rediscover yourself. It's never too late for you to try something new.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe this might be after you've rested this weekend, you might come up with something that you've maybe been keeping low inside of you. It might be your next big hit. So, but don't be afraid to try something new. Very important, and very important also, try to have some fun this weekend. I'll try my best to take my
Michael,
Adeze. We'll go on that Nkwobi date, don't worry. Release my promise. Michael
is not gonna do something from here. We are going to that Nkwobi joint.
Guys, you don't need to hear this. We'll see you on Monday.
All right.
Have yourself a beautiful weekend.
Weekend.
Good morning.